Hey guys, it's me. I'm ready, I think. Been cleaning my room all day today. Yesterday, it's sometimes you ever like clean something and make it worse. You pull everything out of the closet and you're like, well, now what am I going to do with all this stuff? Well, I'm getting there. I got a box with things I use to do multimedia, all kinds of crap. And I got a box with papers. Actually, got a couple boxes of papers. I got a box of ribbons. And I found a bunch of stuff to go out. I'm going to get you guys stuff done tomorrow, so you get your Happy Meal. So we're going to do, I'm going to wait a few minutes for everybody to get on. I'm going to finish up this busted canvas right here. Cool. I just got some pastels. When I first started learning to paint, when I was a kid, of course, everybody did crayons, and I loved them. And everybody knew it. I remember, like, at some point, like in junior high, maybe, somehow getting a hold of some pastels. And hadn't thought about them. And I remember I was in junior achievement and a couple of clubs in junior high, and the art teacher was thrilled with all the stuff I was doing. So I had some pastels. I remember doing a lion. Hey, Cindy. So then later, when I started doing hair in my boss's shop, I kept writing all over the books. I sat right at the phone until I built clients because I was in South Carolina. And I started working with pastels. Well, I haven't used them in like 30 years, so I just got a pack of pastels, and I can't wait. Because I do multimedia. You need pastels or oil crayons. I've had oil crayons. So I just got that new pack of them, and I just ordered some new drawing pencils with one of those little eraser things. So I'm kind of excited to play with my new toys. And I have these pencils I've drawn. You'll see some of the paintings are not really paintings. They're done with Koh-i-Noor, which is a type of pencil that can look just like a painting. And I wore out the first set, and I got the second set, and I think one of my kids took it, and I think I know who got it, but they're not cheap. But I found a small set, not bad price, so I got a whole bunch of new toys to play with. Sometimes you got to get new stuff just to get interested in it again. Not when I'm not interested, but sometimes you need a little inspiration, be it a new technique or a new color or something fun. So I've been having tulips on my brain. I have this piece of canvas sitting here, so I did this morning. See it? I just kind of whipped it up with my palette knife and made it kind of, what would you call that, abstracty. I do that. So, and then I did a painting I had a couple more paintings for the group, the membership. So we're doing this in the membership next week. And then what else did I do today? Oh, I painted that. I told you I found it at the Dollar Tree. I don't know if I like it though. I might do something different to it. Cool, huh? See it? In the other bathroom, I have all like seashore stuff. I love the ocean. Anyway, so here's this part that we did. And I made the template. The template is in there, Cindy. Hey, Joe. Hey, Cindy. Is in there. So you'll see it in this group. I didn't put it up in the feature yet, but I can. So I'm going to... triple. You're going to need a hot glue gun or some kind of glue. I'm going to plug it in. So I just ripped it out. Oh, then I couldn't get this one drawer open. She's like, holy crap. I keep on working on it. So I need that other room, but I don't know when they're going to get to that. Someone needs to get that bed out of there for me. Bed. So let me put this up. I think I got it on live. Please be on live. Yep, I did it. I couldn't do it the other way because I'm so used to it this way. ADHD or something, I don't know. So let me see if I'm on here. It says live. I gotta be on here somewhere. Live. So I got new pastels to play with. Maybe we'll do a pastel class. Been a while. But pencils, the Koh-i-Noor, are very soft. It's like working with a crayon. So maybe we'll do a little class on that one afternoon. And I've been wanting to do, come on. It says live, where am I? I've been wanting to do the Eiffel Tower. This spring, I do a spring version. with like flowers in it. Well, come on. This is live. Where am I? Videos. I had to put it on video for real. No, those are all reruns. So I've been working on, I'm still looking. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to show you guys this. Let me turn this around. There is the iPad. There's the iPad. Now, doesn't it say live? Right there, it says live, right? So I scroll. Watch me come up now. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for me, right? Nothing. It should come up right with that live button. Is that insane? So just so I can center my work. Oh, my God. And I know it runs a little bit slow. Like sometimes stuff comes on here before you know. Well, I'm not seeing it. So then I have to go back. There's a little thing up here. I go back here. This is my main thing. This has everything on it, right? So the only way I can get to my live is to hit this button up there. So maybe it'll do it this time. I hit this little thing. This is what I couldn't figure out last time. So hit that. When that says live, it means I'm on. Cool. I think it wants to show up right here, but nothing's happened. So I don't know, guys. So when it decides that it wants to play, it'll pop up. I'll just check every now and then. Isn't that crazy? Everybody's complaining. There's different stuff going on, which I'm fine. I mean, I can't complain too much because they've been pretty good to me, but it's not showing up. Aggravating. It's just so I can see my work. But I'll just turn around and hope for the best. So I put the tracer in there, which I made the other day. So you guys should be able to get this, Cindy. All right. And then you're going to get, I did 2 8x10s. You do whatever size you want, but that is made for an 8x10 board. And then you're going to have an 8x10 canvas. And what you're going to do is you're going to glue the board to the canvas. But I've just figured out something. I went and I ripped this open with this on there, and there's a couple lines where I had ripped it open on the bunny. So I remember now she said to cut the canvas and then glue it on, so that's what we're going to do. And like I said, we're going to do the inside of the canvas first, this part, and we're going to dry it with a dryer. Then I'm going to show you, I kind of wanted to make like a basket look, so we'll do that. I'll show you how to do that. And then when that's dry, we're going to glue that painting, this is what we're doing to the back of that. So it's really not that complicated. Now, the other one that she did was different. Now, you could put, if you got little, Thanksgiving, if you got any kind of like Easter stuff, maybe some little bunnies or Easter eggs or maybe a little bird, you know, there's a lot of things you could do, you know. I don't have all that stuff anymore. You know, sometimes I hit the dollar store and I go nuts. So I haven't really bought. I bought some, which is probably going to be in your, one of you guys will be getting some Easter eggs. And then I had this leftover ribbon, so you make a ribbon for the top. But, or you can put it on the bottom, so you can design it any way you want. And because it's canvas, the only reason I did this like I did the bunny all the way over, because if at some point I decide I want him out of here, it'll look good without the busted canvas. So just to put it out there for you. So okay, so that's what you need to do. It's not that complicated. Just make sure they're the same size. Whatever you get, you know, if they're 11x14s or 12x10 or 8x10, these are 8x10s, and they are Dollar Trees, so they're pretty easy to find. This one's going to go over the bunny, so we're going to do that next. He's a cute bunny. All right, so what I did was I just started blotching on paint on the inside. The inside is a little different. It's almost like just material. You know, it's got little lines in it and stuff. So what I did was, to make it easier, I just painted it with big blotches, and then I took the Posca pen and made the shapes. The thing is you could, I seen somebody who did a piece of material, but realize you're going to cut through that. So if you use material, you're going to have to make sure that's really down there. And I don't know if you want to use a bunch of Mod Podge over the top of it. I thought you could maybe use paper, but I think the best thing to do is just to paint it. I need to turn my notifications off. If you hear anything, just my sister. Right. I'm trying to get out, I don't want to grow everything in the ground anymore because I really have problems bending over, but I got some big boxes, but I'd like to grow a decent amount of tomatoes. So the guy across the street, he has this in those old like Home Depot paint buckets, and I have a few. My sister works in a place that makes plastic containers. She's a manager, like Cool Whip bowls and all that kind of stuff. And she says she might be able to get some, so I think she was trying to tell me she might have got some bigger ones, so I can grow some. I have like 4 to 6 to grow some good sized tomatoes. All right, so I told you the colors, which are tea berry, which is kind of just an orange red. I imagine you could mix together like a reddish pink or light pink with an orange. Probably get they're very similar. And this one's bright orange. And then I use the green, a sour apple, which is basically like a lime. So and then what I did was all the colors that are in this painting are going to be in this. So if you decide to do different colors, let's say you decide to do blue and white, maybe yellow background, then you want to have all those colors in this so it kind of matches. So anyways, like I said, I just painted the background. You could do anything you want, but it's a different texture. So realize that when you start painting. And just try to keep all the colors in the same family. You know what I mean? And then I use either the salted caramel or the yellow ochre. You want like a peanut butter color for the body, and I mixed it with white. But I also use that to make the basket look of, oops, still not on here. No, why is this saying I changed my status? Hold on. Upcoming event. I didn't do events. I'm sorry. Oh, you want me to do it? You know what? They want me to do events. I can't do events now. I'm doing class. So, I wanted it to look like a basket, so that's why I did the browns. So we're going to do that after, but we're going to start the inside first. You notice it's like a kind of a basket look, which is what I wanted. So I just took like a not a round brush, like a big square brush, big flat brush. Let me get a paper towel. Let's get a towel. I got such a mess. Oh. I took that red and the orange, and I did just big blotches of the red. Do them wherever you want, and I just kind of, I did this. I did like a circle. Like I said, it's just, I gotta turn my alarm off today. I'm on a roll this week. I am so stressed out from that YouTube. It's all down. It's all in my computer. And now I had it all separated, divided, knew what was what, threw all theirs in. Now I got to go through every single one and figure out what. It gives me the dates, but I don't remember what I did 4 years ago, So when I first started doing this, I didn't know how to title it. I mean, I really had a lot to learn. So then I'll do some orange ones. So the newer ones I have dated. And I've already had a few that, I'll come on, I'll tell you guys about something. Well, a lot of those I don't need. So I got it on there. It's like, oh, what's this one? I put it on YouTube, and then I have to go back and figure out what it is I'm doing if there's no title. So I just said, heck with it. I put 3 of them on there. One was a duplicate. So I don't know. See what I'm doing? I'm just making big blobs. And I'm going to take the white Posco pen, or you could do a fine white pen. See, I'm just doing it. You're going to leave some room for the green leaves. Now, mostly you got to concentrate in the middle part, but I would do it all the way over, just like I said, if you decide to take the canvas off, you want to do something else with it, you kind of want to have it looking nice. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's up to you. You can even mix the 2 colors together. So, I'm just going to kind of try to cover up some of the white. See, just big blobs. They're going to kind of be like roses. I'm going to dry it, and then I hit it with a Posca pen, do like little lines. Just a flat brush, 1-inch flat brush, or you could do an angle brush, whatever you got. Kind of mush them together, that's okay too. Kind of want to fill out some of these right here with the red and kind of, oh, I picked up some green, that's okay. We're going to be putting green in it anyways. You kind of have to imagine that these are roses. Now this, I put a big blob of paint out, and there's no gesso on this, so it's like sucking the paint in. So if you think you're doing something wrong, you're not, because there's nothing covering this up, so it'll just, you know, take a lot more paint when you're painting on cloth than you would on a finished surface. Don't freak out, it will be fine. I want to make sure these middle ones are kind of filled in. I don't know how I changed my status. I don't know what they're talking about. No idea. I got a blank page here. That's featured area. It's crazy. I didn't change no status. I don't know what they're talking about. That's an old video. No idea. It says I'm on live. You got a blank spot here. Updated their status. I don't know what that means. Oh, no idea. Well, I guess I'm not going to see you guys today. Everybody else is on here. I can't. Not cooperating today, guys. Okay, I'll put this link up. If anybody wants to, no, I don't have to. I'm in the group. You don't have to show the link. Alright, so I'll turn it back around. Alright. So now, let me dry this a second, and I'm going to put in some leaves. If I get my bucket. No idea. Now, we do a lot of new stuff, so sometimes by the time you figure it out, you know, 2 or 3 times you've gone by, and, you know, I appreciate them sending me all those videos, though, but there's a lot of videos. A lot of my stuff, they're not even like classes, they're like, they're just like, we go into the Artsy Rose group or the other group and go, well, guess what, guys, I found that, we're going to do this next week, or I just wanted to tell you, you know, so. And then some of them, in the beginning, I didn't put any names on anything. I didn't know where to begin, so. And they changed stuff since then. You know, what I had to punch in stuff before a class. And it was different. So, and they changed the pages to a professional page with my name, and then, all kinds of stuff. It's always changing. So then, you know, like the one day I lost the button. They moved the button completely. I thought they threw me off. I mean, I got my page, but there was no place to get on live. So finally, in a panic, I called somebody, and somebody, you know, one of the girls, and then that's why you gotta be in with these other girls, and they're like, no, they moved the button. I said, where's the button? Crazy, right? I mean, don't tell me you're moving the button. Just move the button. So now I'm taking a round pointed brush, round brush, and I'm just going to make some footballs for leaves. Big ones, little ones, however you want to do it. Remember, I'm going to kind of make circles on this and make these into like roses. But I'm going to let it dry a little bit before I do that. You want to ruin your Posca pens. Do whatever green you want. Love those little Posca pens. So I'm going to cover some of this up. See, it like really, really absorbs the paint. I kind of hit it a few times. I could take and, oops, rinse that off. Take my colors and kind of go underneath here. Oops, too dirty. Kind of go underneath this a little bit. This is not going to show, but it might show a little bit because you can kind of lift it. Some people might look, so I would definitely get as close onto the sides as you can here, even though it might not show, but some people like will look down in it, so you wanted to make sure it's covered all the way to the edge. Got a dirty brush here, got some different colors on here. Oh, Tanya. Still not showing up. Videos. So it shows my old videos, not my new videos, right? Shows reels. Just kind of filling some of this in a little bit around the edges. Yep, they completely moved the button one day right before class. I'm like, oh, I was so late. It's good back then, as you learn a lot of stuff, and you don't have that many people yet, so you're not too embarrassed. You know, but it happens. Still have. You have days. It's like, you know, you remember like the old like, oh, Jackie Gleason, all that stuff was down live. So if you made a mistake, the people didn't. Of course, you didn't tell anybody, but things happened. You know, Lucille Ball and all that. That was all done live. So you get what you get. So I ain't got nobody like a cameraman or a stuntman. If I fall out of the chair, it's for real. One day, a couple times, this is like a clamp on this, and I literally went across the room. I mean, what are you going to do? I just laughed. I mean, what are you going to do? They literally went like from here all the way to across the room. It was hysterical. I was in tears. It was so funny. This couple people got embarrassed. I said, don't be embarrassed. We're on live. Anything could happen. You know, you got a toothache, a headache, a backache. So, you know, there's something you can do about it. You're not going to be happy. So, you know, just take the day off or something. But it's just, you know, give this a little highlight if you want to. You don't have to, but I'm just going to kind of just put that lime green in a little bit. So you got the idea. So I'm going to dry this out, do the Posca pen, make like, you know, little footballs, guys, little footballs. That's all these are. Just do like two little C's, little curves. Simple. Sometimes the simple things are better anyways. Sometimes people make things way too complicated. Way too complicated. Let me get this inside of this too. Don't need to do all that. Less is more, right? Except with me, you know, I look, oh, that's the color. I love other artists' work, but sometimes they look at it and go, oh, that's pretty, but it needs red, or it needs orange, it needs color. I remember I was at a stage at one point where I looked all white and light colors, and I got over that. Do what you like, you know, do your thing. Do you. Do you, boo. So make sure I got that pretty good back there. I'm not worried about this. It's all going to be glued. This stuff really, like, you got to really work this paint right in. Almost scrub it. Okay. That's good enough. Let me dry it. Remember, that's going to cut right here. So You want it to look nice. I'm going to take the white pastel pen and make like, like roses. Or you could do another color, maybe blue or something to look good. Oh, wait a minute. You know something? It just dawned on me, not now. Hold on, not now. It just dawned on me. Funny thing about, I told you guys that whenever I do any kind of business on here, you have to do it from my personal page. So I'm coming from my art page. So I have to go back. I'm hoping this works. I think it will. Let me go to my page. All right. Come on, buddy. And then I'll go. Let's try it. See your page. How come it's not letting me go with Diana Myers? Diana Myers. There I am. Is it ridiculous? I don't know when they started doing it, but I had a feeling. All right, there I am. This, this is not easy. Look at me, I'm disgusted. I'm like, it's so ridiculous. All right, so here I am. I got paint on my face. Someone told me I got paint on my face. I've been painting all day. All right, so let's see if I can get this on comments. So irritated. So irritated. I'm glad I found it though. This has nothing to do with this iPad. Oh, there you are. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Who's the cool cats? You went to the store, couldn't find okra? What are you making with okra? I made, you ever heard of Hoppin' John? When I lived in South Carolina, my husband was in the Navy. He went and seen the world. I stayed there. Or home. And, chicken. I don't take my kids anywhere. And, they used to make this thing, this black-eyed peas, collards, rice. I did the rice on the side. I didn't always put it in there. And then okra. I loved okra. Love okra. You can buy it frozen too. I buy it frozen, put it in stuff. Peter Piper had a peck of Peter Piper. Didn't I show you? Didn't you see it? It's in the scroll. It's in the scroll. It's tea berry, bright orange. I got a light limey green and a green, dark green. And I got that yellow ochre. I used all the same colors for the whole thing. So it's all the same colors. White, and then either yellow ochre or salted caramel. It's like this peanut butter color. See, it's like peanut butter. And that's what I use on everything, and some white. I use the same thing throughout the painting. And a white Posca pen if you got one. Or you can use a small liner brush. I'm just so irritated about this stupid thing. I have to remember to go to my page all the time. So stupid. Alright, so what they want. Well, now I can't really complain because they are, I told you they're monetizing me. See what I'm doing? I'm just going to make like these little swirls. So the nose is getting kind of, I'm just going to make these little like roses. They're monetizing me for this page. It's not a lot of money. And then they started monetizing on my other page, what, 3 weeks ago? And then once I got 500 on the other page, they started And it stays that way for a month. It hasn't been a month yet. It's over, way over 500 now, maybe 507 or something. Then I'm going to get stars on there too. So it's a little bit at a time. It takes a long time. You know, I don't spend money on ads. I did it first, and I didn't really see a big difference. And there was too much going on in my life to worry about that anyway. So, see, now you get this, like, cute little flower-like looking thing here. Just, you could do a little swirl in the middle, or just kind of do the C's. You could do any pattern. You could do sunflowers. But remember, it's going to absorb the paint, so I would do big sections. I mean, you don't have to. You could just paint it all in one color, too. It's up to you. All right, so now because I did this first, don't do the other side. This will be drying while I work on that side. That's why I did that first. Now, I use rake brushes to make this look like it's a basket look. Same thing, you can just do it all in one color, but I wanted some of the other colors in there, which I did. Now, if you don't have a rake brush, you could paint the whole thing with that peanut butter color, and then you could come back with like some type of, like a comb even, or I got one of these, which I made it before. I took a piece of cardboard, and I cut little ridges, and then I could do like lines in it, so you could, with white, you could do that too. So, anything you want, you could make patterns with, like, I got this little back from old blow dryer. I love this stupid thing. Yeah, I did this one whole box with nothing but stuff I used to stamp and create, you know, multimedia. So, but you could just drag a small brush through it too. Just do it all this color while it's still pretty wet. Go over it and make those little lines so that you get that that look. So I'm gonna put, I guess I'm gonna put it right. So I got these rake brushes. Now these are old brushes, but they still sell the rake brushes. Or you could even use, I have two types. I have a fan rake, and then I have a flat square rake. But see how they're cut out? Or another option is, which I've done, you can take a brush, a flat brush, and cut these little inside hairs like this, so you get this separation, and that'll give you that rake look. So there's some different options. Or if you know how to dry brush, which is just like really drying out your brush really good, and just dragging it through the paint, that's an option too. So, or like I said, you could even use a comb, an old comb. So I'm going to take my rake brush, and I'm going to start putting on this brown. Kind of, you want to leave some separations. You don't want it too solid. And I'm going to pick up white as I do it. More paint here. Just kind of go one way, then you're going to go the other. You're going to go two ways. You're going to come over it first like this, picking up the brown, picking up the white. You're making like a basket look. You could do it on a side brush. Just do it on the side too with a flat brush if you don't have a rake brush. Or like I said, drag something through it. I picked up some green by accident, but it's okay. I need more white. Get some white out. Now we're going to drag it the other way so it'll really give it a basket look. And then I'm going to drag some different colors through it so I pick up on the colors that are in the bunny and in the other side that we're going to flip out. Bust out. I did make this bunny a little bit smaller. I think the other one took up way too much room, so I made it just a little bit smaller. So I'm just still picking up that mustard or peanut butter color and the white. Kind of concentrate mostly like on these sides, because these are really what's going to show this edges. Because when you turn that inside out, some white in this. These are the coolest brushes. You should get a brush. These are great for making palm trees and grass. Makes grass really fast. They're not expensive. They have them at all the Michaels. I've seen them online too, by the way. Just put in rake brush. I promise, I don't think there's one in there, but I am going to go through my Amazon store. I got a lot of stuff that ain't on there now, and I am going to put a link in here. It's what one of my friends does. I'll put a link in here, so if you're looking for a particular item, now they might not always have the same item, but they might have something similar, so I haven't gotten to it yet, but I did it a while ago. But I didn't think of leaving it up in the featured area. You know what I mean? So that if you guys want to look for something, even if you don't buy it from Amazon, at least you got a place you can go and look and say, okay, I want 4 ounces, I want this brush, I want that paint. You know, get a better deal. Amazon isn't always the best deal. So now, while this is still wet, I'm going to go drag this through that so it looks like a basket. So no matter what you end up using, make sure you drag it both ways so you get this like, it don't overblend because you want it to look like a basket. So I promise, I'm going to put books now, the books that I read to you guys. You guys can maybe find something that you like or I read to you. You can go, oh, okay, this is the book. And you can buy the book. All those are off Amazon, but you can still go to like Barnes & Noble or sometimes, like I told you, so every now and then I get lucky and pick up a book at a secondhand store, which is like thrilling. They went up a lot, though. I finally went to him in one while because my legs are so bad. I went mine by myself last week and I was looking for pots to plant stuff in. So I don't do anything in the ground really. And the prices, I was so thrilled. You get really different stuff. People say, come to my house, oh, where do you get all this stuff? It's a secondhand store. I've been there since I was a kid. Well, you know, from a big family, you don't pay a lot. Yeah, we got new stuff too, but yeah, and I've kind of started doing it again later when my kids got a little bit older. And now I says, I've been in style forever. It's a style. But you get really like, I remember like twice I bought front room dining room sets. My brother-in-law worked for Raymores, and my husband's brother-in-law died. And I remember thinking, oh, every time I bought a dining room set, the chairs always broke. Crap, and they were never covered. They were never covered in the warranty for the first 3 months or something. And I got big girls. I mean, 5'10", 5'9". I'm 5'7". My husband was a shrimp in the house, constantly, you know, wrecking chairs. So after that, I started buying secondhand chairs. They made them better. Unless you got high quality, you can go to like Ethan Allen or something. Don't waste your money because there's just crappy furniture and Chinese shit. So I fell in love again. So I always will sometimes look, like I just bought some stuff off Poshmark. The only thing with them is the shipping. But I found some pretty cool stuff. So, and it's different from everybody else's. And chances are it's made better than anything that's made now. And like I said, unless you can go really high end. So I don't go to second store just because it is renew. I believe in renewing and refreshing and saving the environment and all that. But on the other hand, you know, it pays, you know, $1,000 for chairs and they break within the first year. Not good. Don't want to cover it. Never want to cover it. So now I'll look around and I've found some pretty cool stuff over the years. So, okay, how come I'm not plugged in over here? Does we got enough charge on that? I think there's enough charge on that. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, it's called a rake brush. A-R-K-E, like what you rake the lawn with. Rake brush. Now they have, they also have these two. Now these are old Donna Dewberry's. You know who she is? These got to be 30 years old. I couldn't tell you how old these are. I don't even remember getting them. I don't know. I know I took a class one time, and that was like before I moved in my old house. I lived there 27 years, and I lived here a year now. Lived with my sister a year, so that's 29 years right there. So it was before that. That's how old these brushes are, and they're still good. Sometimes buying good stuff makes a big difference, and these are nice brushes, so they don't always make them the same anymore. So anyways, it's called a rake brush. Hey, Gina. Oh, the volume again? Come on. What's going on with the volume? You can't hear me? All right, hold on. Let me see if I can plug this in if that makes a difference. It's getting to be old. It's always the same problems. Let me plug this in. I get 100% charge on that. This one's plugged in. I have no idea if you can't hear it. Plugged in. Reduce background and voice. Can you guys hear it? Volume's all the way up. I got the enhancer on. Everything's plugged in, so I don't know. All right, so Take your rake brush now. You want to add some of the colors from what's inside that you did here with the big flowers. And I'm going to take the rake brush and rake in. You okay? You're going to rake in some of the other colors, this colors, into the basket weave. So I'm just going to pick up those two orange colors, these two right here, and rake those colors in. Right. I know I'm just having a hard time with this everything these days. I need more room. I get too much junk. I got rid of a lot of stuff on this table. Still need room. All right, so I got orange. And I'm going to kind of just mostly concentrate on the sides. I told you because the outside part is what's going to be showing. Then you can take whatever you got left and do the sides, which I'll do in a second. So I'm going to take both those oranges and kind of, let me wet my brush. I need more of this red on here. It's this tea berry. I just started using this. What a pretty color. It's almost like a coral, but not a coral because it's a little bit deeper. They make the prettiest colors. I swear to God. I mean, I like the apple barrel. I use it because at Walmart it's just so much easier to get it. But they don't have the selection like, you know, like, of course I do get a good deal. Did I tell you guys, you know, I'm an ambassador. I don't really sell it, but I give a little discount. I give you a discount. And they sent me an email saying, do you want some free? Yeah. So, you know, I'm like thrilled. I can't wait for them to come. So we'll probably do a class today. I don't know what they're saying. I'm hoping they're sending me those crucifixes. I got the bunnies. I think the bunnies are coming too. So yeah, I'm just adding color, concentrating it on the sides, going both ways. Around the edges is what's going to show. Unless you cover them up with a ribbon or something, you know. So now I'm going to take that leftover paint. And I'm just going to kind of, or you can paint this solid. It's up to you. It just was easier to do this, and I think it came out pretty cool. You can add a little white too if you want. A little bit more of that brown. Just to make it look nice. I'm giving my daughter one of these. She's got tons of my stuff. Yeah, they all do. Some of us is going to, I either, if I don't sell these, I store them. You know, some, especially like my high-end ones, you either think that are going to be, like the other one I just did this morning, that might be a seller. Or I give it to my kids, but most of the time they got a lot of stuff. The other two I don't see too much. I mean, they do come around, but they don't live here. One lives an hour and a half away, and the other one lives in Brooklyn. So, you know, that's where their jobs are. The other one, she has a farm. The other one works at the college, and so it's hard. Anyways, or I donate them. Or I had somebody said I never throw away my paintings. I don't care how bad they are. Either I paint over them most of the time, or I donate them. So, and it's usually not the good ones I donate, or I give them away. But if I paint over them, I probably did 7 classes with the same painting, so I keep the good one. But, so, you know, if you guys ever want to buy anything, just let me know. But I've been giving some out in my Happy Mail, too. So, you know, you can only do so much of this stuff, and you end up having too much. So it's just the way it is. I'm not the only one. If you guys ever seen stories about they go in to like a studios like Monet, and there's so much stuff. And some of it's just started. Like I'll start something, and, you know, hopefully I'll finish it. You know. Yeah. So I'm gonna update my you can hear me. I'm gonna update my Amazon store for you guys. I will get to it. I promise. I gotta make it. I got like a ton of books too. I never put sheets. Jamie's got all her books on there. So now I'm going to dry this part. My brush and my water. And I think my hot glue is hot. Oh, it's hot. So make sure you do around the edges. Now, I didn't bring any extra ribbon or anything, and I'm still packing boxes. And I'm not unpacking it. Although I got a little bit of that grass. You can get some pretty Easter grasses stuck in there if you want to. You can put all kinds of stuff in there. I still got those little eggs, like little wood eggs, flat ones. Now, Easter's not not that far off now, so I'm not really going to buy anything else. But I wanted to do Happy Meal. I did find a lot of stuff, but it was stuck in this drawer. Those plastic things. I think it had too much stuff on the top, so I got that out. And then I had a bucket of new stuff I got in the mail. So I got a bucket of stuff I gotta go through there and I'll give you guys. So, yeah, and then I had three envelopes, and I didn't realize that I had stuck. I'm sorry, Barb. I stuck Barb's stuff in there. Her little picture of her nose. Because I think and I don't always keep the envelopes and all that. So now I'm going to keep the envelope with stuff in it. It's right after prizes, then I can separate it. It happens. There's too much going on. So everybody's getting something. Of course, Lori won the big one. You guys know that we're doing the Easter one now, the April Easter one. And ask me what those are right now. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I have to go look. I'm too busy with this YouTube crap. So now, what you want to do, I gotta let it dry a little bit, is you can use an X-Acto knife, but my scissors are pretty sharp, so that's what I'm going to use. Now, I'm not worried about this being perfect, because I'm going to cut right through the middle, although I'm going to fix this side, maybe fix this side a little bit. You're going to cut through that. So most of you got to worry about the sides showing. I got more on one side, not enough on the other. A little orange. Hard to talk and do this, you know. Ain't easy being cheesy. But that funny, we might do him again sometime. I did him, I think, in the other group. Originally, I just did him. I don't know where he is now. He was on one of those canvases, those long ones. I'm going to start doing paintings when I'm going to sell. And put a link on them and put them in my Instagram. I would like to start a store somewhere, but I'm not sure. I might have to find somebody to help me with that. I mean, I know these guys have one. I guess YouTube has one. I'm still trying to figure YouTube out. I ain't got everything in there yet. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out things I can do online. You know, I go on, I do the paint parties once in a while, but my legs are better, but it's a lot of work doing those, and I love doing them. And I've done them in a chair, you know. It's always good for business, but I have. Let's see. I don't know, this economy, I don't know what people are thinking about. I don't think they're thinking about paint parties, really. Nope. Well, there's people that got money. I always think of that when I'm thinking, oh, I'm charging too much when I did hair. And I remember one of the bosses saying, well, there's people that got money. And that's true, too, because I have some people that don't bad about eyelash. And you got other ones that are... I remember feeling guilty after 2008 when everything crashed. You could tell some of the people having problems. Kids are in their 50s and they're helping them out, but I understood. But I could tell they were having problems. And one day I was like, you know, if you can get a better deal if you do this, you know, I don't care what you charge, just do it. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, so there is people that can do things. We forget that. So, but I try to be nice and help people, so that's what I do. All right, so let me show you what I'm going to do. Is that about dry? Make sure it's dry before I do this. Paper towel. Paper towels, what I do with you. I gotta find my paper towels. They're here somewhere. I can use this one. I just want to kind of dab at this a little bit. Sometimes you can just dab at it. It's not quite dry. Just kind of dab with that. Okay, that looks good. Now let me turn this around. Now, basically, you're just going to don't worry about having it on the top or on the bottom. I just cut right through the middle. Now, you can make a line if you want to. I didn't do that. I just grabbed it's a pretty heavy-duty knife. I got scissors. I got this from Jim, my buddy Jim. He's an artist, too. And just kind of figure out where dead center is. And if you don't, it don't matter because it's supposed to look like a busted canvas. I did this last time on top of when I glued the thing already. And I have little marks. You can see little marks right here from cutting it. So, guys, do it without the other canvas on here. And I just made as straight as line as I could. Press down and cut. think I want to use this other one sharper. If it looks a little rough, that's okay too, because it's supposed to be a busted canvas. Admittedly, a bit X-Acto knife. I have one. Would work better, but I didn't go get it. And then I'm going to do this. These are all getting glued down, guys. Yeah, X-Acto knife would probably work better, but I'm just doing it with this thing, so I think it had more tension when I did it with the canvas underneath it. And then I took the scissors and I cut like that. You can cut it all the way over. That's what I did. A little crooked, but that's okay, because like I said, it's not gonna, it's supposed to look a little busted. I cut this one like that. Not the best cut job, but not bad. Alright, this piece. Alright, so now I'm gonna make it this one. So now, here's my bunny. And I'm going to, I think I'll do him this way. And I'm going to glue him like that. Now you could do it really flat and like make it go over. Or you can do a roll and kind of do it like this. It's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to do a little bit of a roll. And I got my hot glue gun. I'm going to, let's glue him on first. I put like a whole bunch of big chunks right on the edges. A little bit on the sides. Now you could use like E6000. I only use that if I think it's going to go outside or I want to do it permanent, but these are so porous because they're obviously cloth. Again, it is, canvas. And then make sure it's even. Roll me. Now, I think I'm going to need another glue stick. Come up here. So I'm going to kind of roll this a little bit. Here and there. Oops. Yeah, press it down good enough. I'll glue some, but that's okay. Yeah, I think the smaller one is better. Smaller bunny. So it's not perfect, but it's cool. It's supposed to be. I think I'm going to do this up a little bit more. Yeah. I guess I'm going to overhang a little bit. It's okay. So maybe I'll do this one up a little bit. You take this off while it's still hot. Yeah, so you gotta kind of arrange this a little bit, but you get the idea. Yeah. Let's see. That's cute. So now you can put your ribbon on it. I save packaging from packages people give me. This was something my kids gave me perfume, and this was like a spa set. So I kept it. That's what you do when you're a multimedia artist, among other things. But so then I just kind of stuck that down in there. But like I said, you could put Easter grass. You don't have to put anything. Then you're going to need a bow. And I didn't save anything. There's a bunch of bows over there. I didn't save anything for a bow. Do I get anything here? I don't think I do. I just cleaned everything out. But you can use anything you got for a bow. Do I got any, cleaned it out so good I ain't got nothing over here. Anyway, so find something you could use for a bow. I had done these and decided I didn't like them. But I suppose you could put a little bunny thing up there like that. Oh, like put this up there on there. I found this. I didn't realize it was a garland. I wanted just flat little, well, I got beads too. Beads, cool. Beads would be cool. I don't know if they would look good. Let me take a look, see if beads will work. Beads in here. Would be cool too. No, I don't like that. Anyway, so find yourself a little ribbon. And like I said, you could, like, if you got any, like, go to the Dollar Tree, maybe you find, sometimes you find, like, little packages of Easter things, you can put them on there. I didn't look for that. I was more worried about getting the canvas. So it's cute, huh? So it's pretty easy, just a little bit more work, because you got to do 2 canvases. But I think he came out better. He's, like, not as big. So I did the canvas, you know. This one's bigger and this one's smaller, but they're both good. And don't worry about, like, this one I got really, don't worry about making it real even, because the first one I seen, not that even, but, in fact, I think she had more than, she had, like, she ripped, like, she went like this, like that, and then made one like this, so they had, like, 5 pieces. It's supposed to look busted. I thought it would be cool if you could get, like, a little paw or something, have the paw hanging out, but I don't. Anybody think they're going to try this? Anybody think they're going to try it? Get you up here. They threw me out of the group again. Oops. Artsy Rose. Okay, Artsy Rose. Here I am. These 2 right here. Gonna rake those colors in. Can you hear me or what? Jeez. I got the enhanced stuff on. You know, something too I was thinking about the other day. I don't talk real loud, and when I was a kid, I got speech therapy, so I tend to slur my words. It's not just my teeth, it's just the way I talk. And I tend to talk, either I'm really loud, I have a big mouth, or I kind of don't talk out loud. You know what I mean? Like I'm supposed to. You can hear me okay. So, anyways, if you think you're going to do it, let me know. And you can rewatch this. Now, when we get off here, I'm going to go over to the main page, and I'm going to put the first part in here. So you should have the colors, the tracer, and 2 videos. All right? And remember, 30 days, and they're gone. I'm going to, right after this class, I mean, they'll stay in here for 30 days, but I'm going to take them and put them over on YouTube. And it'll say, I'm going to, I'll put them right out so they're not, I'll put them out so that they're public. They have public listed, and then I have private. And in my private group, my membership, anybody that's in there is going to get their own link. And the only way they can get into YouTube to see them is if I put their email address so YouTube knows it's them. And if they're not with me anymore, then I take the link out. So, but it's a good thing too, because you can be seeing all kinds of videos. I haven't figured out how I can do just posts in there, because I'm thinking in these groups they're going to let us keep posts and tracers and stuff like that. But if you, I want to list all the stuff, the name of the class, so when you go over, it'll say Busted Canvas Part 1, Busted Canvas Part 2, and it'll explain stuff on the bottom. And I'll put in there that the tracer will be over on Facebook in the Artsy Rose group. That's what I've been doing. So anyways, 30 days. And that has nothing to do with me. They're going to take it. They send me a link. I got 2 this morning. And they'll say your video from December 8th. Do you want to keep this? And they give me I think 48 hours. I can't remember. Is it 48 hours? 72 hours, 3 days. I don't need to either delete or, you know, whatever. So, download. So I've been downloading pretty good. I don't always remember. So I had one last week. I had to go back and look. Did I download? And I did. So I deleted it. Because if you don't do it, they will delete it. So anyways, guys, I'll see you later. And I'm hoping you do these. I think they were a lot of fun. Something different. You know, I get bored too. I like to try different stuff. You know, I like to do different things. That's why you see me like, it's just the way I am. I never leave my furniture the same. You know, when I clean a room, I like to arrange things. I change my makeup. I change my hair a lot, but my hair's curly, so every day is different. I have no choice. It's just the way it works out. And I like to change colors, and it's just my nature. And I had a lot of clients that were like me, so I got lucky. I had people that like to change a lot, which is always a project when you're going to different colors, you know. So see, I did this earlier today. They're pretty. Probably sell it. I just threw some colors on the side. I didn't even try to make it fancy. Maybe I'll fix it when it was so weird to me. So, anyways, you guys all have a great afternoon, and I'm going to go find something to eat. My other hobby. And next week, I'm not sure what we're doing yet. I got a bunch of projects we can do. I've been really wanting to do that. It's over. I went looking for it. It's over here somewhere. The Eiffel Tower with like the spring flowers in front of it. The pink and gold one that I did. So I'll put that out so you guys can see. I think we're going to do that sometime. I don't know, Thursday night or Saturday. And I also got this gnome to paint. You guys ever go to the Dollar Tree buy the gnomes? There was only 2 left. I should have bought both of them. Isn't they cute? I'm thinking I got that spray polyurethane. I think I could spray him. And I could, you know, put pots I put outside. And I just made a whole bunch, put them up, put lettuce in them, lettuce seed. I think he'd look cute in my pot, right? And it won't last that long, but if you, like, make sure you, like, cover the bottom up real good with the spray, you might get a couple of years out of it if you bring them in, you know. So, all right, guys, have a great afternoon, and I appreciate you guys coming all the time and checking everything out and following me. I really do. So just make sure you go and do your challenge for the month, and we got projects in the chat group. Make sure you go to the chat group and follow that, and you'll be getting your Happy Mail, everybody. So have a great night, afternoon, and I hope inspiration finds you wherever you go, and make art. Make lots of art, guys. Bye.